Hello and welcome to RouteNote HQ, where we're about to play the Great Sample Throwdown. Come on inside, let's find ourselves a contestant. And here we are with this week's contestant, so would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Chris. I work on artist services at RouteNote, and I'm quite scared.
Do you have an alias that you work under?
Yes, it's Avocado Fresh.
Avocado Fresh. And what type of music do you like to produce?
I produce hip-hop and house.
Fantastic. So, we're going to ask you to select 3 random samples from the box, and then you'll have 1 week to create a track using all 3 samples. So, Avocado Fresh, are you ready for this?
I am.
Excellent. Okay, so the box has been primed with some choice samples plucked from the extensive RouteNote Create catalogue. Now, you've got a drum hole, a melodic hole, and a mystery hole. You've got to do all 3 holes. Which hole would you like to do first?
So as a drummer, I'll probably go drums first. One, 4, 8, 9, 9, 8.
Which hole would you like to do next?
I'll go for the mystery hole, please. Luton Town. Oh no, 1, 2, 6, 2, 5, 1.
And for the last hole?
Melodic. One, 5, 4, 1, 3, 5.
Okay, Avocado Fresh, are you happy with your 3 samples?
I am.
Excellent. Well, let's meet you back here in a week's time to see what magic you've cooked up. So, it's been a week, and we're back here at RouteNote HQ in our basement studio with Avocado Fresh. So, did you succeed in making a track out of your 3 samples from last week?
I did.
Nice. Well, let's have a listen to it, and then you can take us through your process.
Sounds good to me.
Let's fire it up. Well, I'm sure we can all agree that Avocado Fresh has absolutely aced the Great Sample Throwdown with that banger. So, you clearly took the hip-hop route rather than the house option. Was it something about the samples that encouraged you to go that way?
So the samples I got in the end were quite hip-hop focused anyway. I spent maybe about 3 days trying to mash them into a sort of house setting and making it fall to the floor. And then I went to bed one night, woke up the next morning, fired up the project, and I was like, what the hell was I doing with this? It sounds awful. So yeah, I went back to the drawing board and kind of just went for that classic 90s sound, super inspired by Mobb Deep and the stuff that Havoc did on those first 2 records. And yeah, I think it came out pretty good.
And you clearly didn't just loop the samples. Can you walk us through how you went about manipulating them, maybe starting with the drums?
Yeah, sure. So the drum loop itself was really nicely compressed. It had a lot of texture, really percussive. So I really liked it, but I always like to kind of get my own feel with the drums, so I chopped it up. And the snare hits by themselves are super percussive, so I really dialed them back. And then I kind of like to play everything in live as if I was playing a drum kit. And then once I've done that, I split up channel by channel, and now I can really hone in on the EQs and get the exact sound I want.
The main melodic sample was barely recognisable. Can you tell us how you got the guitar sounding that way?
So yeah, the original loop was in 4/4, but it had a real 3/4 feel, sort of triplet feel, which is a lot more suited to kind of modern rap beats, which I'm not adverse to, but with the drums, I wanted to have this classic sort of hip hop sound, so I just pitched it way down, and then added a nice kind of cassette emulator to give it that wow and flutter and that vintage feel.
Finally, your mystery sample, the flute. Would I be right to say that I could hear a piece with a little bit of delay on it there?
Yeah, that's right. So the flute it was in a different key to the original guitar sample, and I think with the guitar sample being in a minor key and the flute riff sort of being in a major key, it was really hard to make it work. So I did the classic sort of 90s technique that Lord finessed, if you will. And yeah, it just took one singular note, bit of delay on there, and it just adds an extra texture to the beat.
Okay, well, thank you, Avocado Fresh, for taking us through your track and for taking part in the Great Sample Throwdown. I hope you enjoyed the challenge.
I did. It was great fun. Thanks for having me.
And if you lovely folks at home want to have a go at this particular throwdown, then we'd love to hear what you've got. We provided the same 3 samples for download, and the instructions on how to download them and upload your beat can be found in the description below. And we will feature all tracks submitted on our Great Sample Throwdown playlist. So, thanks for watching along with us, and of course, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share away if you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time on the Great Sample Throwdown.